Hello there and welcome to Forza Horizon 4. That's right, we're going backwards. We've been trying to do some of the festival playlist things of this as well, but I've been doing it on the other computer for a while and just doing it offline. Unfortunately, we dropped the ball on the festival playlist last month. We missed out on a couple of the daily challenges, and that kind of meant that I couldn't be bothered finishing off the rest of it. But I was gunning for the 100% series completion, and I'd managed 100% on the previous two seasons. But yeah, things came up in life, and kind of just missed out on that. And as soon as you miss one, the tricky thing in 4 as opposed to 5, and a good improvement that they have made, is the daily challenges. They actually expire in this one. It says, you can see here, this screen here doesn't say that they do, which means that it caught me out the first time that it happened in the last series. Then here, time remaining, you can see 20 hours and 5 minutes to get the Great Wreckage Skills one, so we're going to make sure that we do that. We're going to clear off all 3 of these today to make sure that we don't miss out on any. It means that you're required to jump into the game 3 times a week, so it's an interesting choice on their part, and I can understand why they then got rid of it. First things first, weekly Forzathon challenge, own and drive any modern sports car. Our sports car has been selected. We have nice Mercedes AMG. And here's our house, Bamburgh Castle, because of course, you get to own a castle. You get to own Edinburgh Castle too once you earn enough money. Clocking 3 stars at the Moorhead Wind Farm Speed Trap. That one, in fact. Alright, so we want to go south first to come from a good angle. We can also just fast travel, but hey, we want to get a feel for the car.
In 200 meters, turn left.
And hell, let's do a bit of dew bash.
Turn left.
That's one way to get onto the road.
In 400 meters, turn right.
So we need 3 great wreckage skills as well. I forget what qualifies as a great wreckage skill over just a wreckage skill. I really wish there was a little info thing that kind of said, to get this. There we go, I think I just did it. The dog's dinner completed.
In 400 meters, turn right.
We find ourselves in the speed zone, but we didn't actually trigger it in the first place. Onto the railway.
Turn right.
So obviously the landscape for Forza Horizon 4 is a little bit different. We're set in Scotland as opposed to Mexico, so a little bit of a different climate. It does mean that these seasons are much more literally seasons. You get winter, you get snow. Every week, weather changes, which is cool. It'd make doing some of the races really difficult, but it is a very cool feature. Whereas in Mexico, obviously, the seasons change. It's like wet, hot, dry, storm. Get a dusting of snow on the caldera when it's in the dry season, that's about it.
Turn left.
And let's get our 3 stars. We won't get it the first time through, that's for sure. We might not even get it until we've run through it 3 times. This is a very high speed trap. It's actually really hard to get all 3 stars.
You have arrived at your destination.
Let's check the playlist. Still says 3 stars. Oh, you need to get 3 stars. What? The Moorhead Wind Farm Speed Trap. Excuse me? This requires me going 386 k's an hour to get 3 stars. I barely managed to get that in a hypercar. How am I supposed to get that in a modern sports car? And that is one of the other problems with Forza Horizon 4, is the challenges do not feel very tuned, to say the least. One of the other good things, though, is you do have businesses that just give you money every day, so that's nice. We might need it to upgrade our car, it turns out. Okay, so if we need to get 300 and some odd, like 360 k's an hour, we're going to need to do some serious upgrades. We've got a Porsche. I wonder whether or not this isn't going to be enough, though. We can make it all-wheel drive. We can whack in some turbos. Okay, $109,000 later. It's now a 961. So what does it reckon the top speed is in the tuning? 418 k's an hour. That should be plenty. We'll just try with that now. Now I believe the best run-up for this was from this direction I found. Come around the corner and then scream down the hill, because that way you've got a little bit of gravity and momentum to help you. Let's see how we go. No, I need to do that corner better. Everything leading up to this has to be done well. I'm not sure even that was done well enough. Just stay on the road as much as we can. Charge down the hill. Still not enough. Still only 380.
A few moments later.
Let's see if we can get... Oh, there's traffic in the way, of course. We hit the walls. That's not going to help at all.
A little longer than a few minutes later.
So I want to aim for the right-hand wind farm, I think. Everything's so bumpy. I need to join the road earlier than that, I think. I was going 270 there, though, which is nice. But I do need to go straighter. That wasn't as good. That definitely didn't help. Let's go back even further. I'm not sure about the twisting before I hit the road. I'm consistently doing like 340 over that rise. Oh, 384, and I think I needed like 386. $386.56, is that enough? Yes! Oh, jeez. About time. Earn an air skill and a pass skill at the same time to earn an airborne pass skill while racing this car. Okay, that's very niche. That's very annoying. So now I need to do a race. Now, one of the other festival playlists that's involved racing too. Win 2 road sprint events. Okay. Alright, let's see how well we can do with this. It is somewhat tuned, so hopefully it's tuned productively. Could you not? We need to have a hill so we can do an airborne pass. I think I'm just gonna have to fire up a cross-country race for that one. That wasn't good. A little bit of a love tap there. I don't even recognise the car in front. Is that the Evora, perhaps? Very wide on that corner. Don't want to just shoot into the back of them, so... Race mode. It's got a better line for this corner. Just stuck to his bumper at the moment. I might have a higher top speed, I'm not sure. He's tucked in behind me now, which is good. It means I can get the line through there. He should have blocked me for that corner. Personal space in this place completed. I think that's the awesome clean racing. I needed to get 2 of those. So I think that's done. Oh, no, that was terrible through there. Did not brake for the corners at all. Can we block this guy out? Somehow he didn't overtake us. Ah, over-braked. No, sorry, late-braked. Under-braked, but very late. Just sliding all over the place, but it doesn't matter if we manage to win, but we're not going to because he'll be able to catch up on this final stretch. Nope. Enough of a lead. Ugh. So sloppy. Never mind. Good enough. See, I love the end screen in 4 compared to 5. You get such better end screen. Alright, road sprint number 2. It is interesting. You've got daily challenges that are simply smash things up 3 times for the great wreckage ones. Or just race but don't hit anything for the awesome clean skills. And you've got win 2 road sprint races. Admittedly, you can just stick it on easy, and that'll do, but what are you doing through this corner? Somehow you got through that corner very cleanly, even though it looked like you made it way too tight. Better brakes, I guess. Now, we need to get an air pass up here. Is this enough to get a bit of air? No. Not in a road race. Cool though that would be. I mean, then what I should do is just hang back and make sure that I get the opportunity to take an airborne pass. But that's dicey, and I need to win this race for the daily challenge, so we'll just close this out properly. To help me brake slightly. Wasn't quite my intention, but it worked. We've got people hot in their rear, that's for sure. This corner is really annoying because there's a bridge right here. There's a street race that basically does the reverse of this. Best turn in there. Bit of focus mode through these corners. This one always screws me over. Right there behind me. Yeah, I'm probably over braking, not catching up too much in those corners, but if I bin it into the wall, then they're just zooming past on the inside anyway, so need to do something. There we go. We got it home. No airborne pass. But that's the daily challenges done. Okay, so we're doing a cross-country race now to try and get our airborne pass, which means I probably want an all-wheel drive. That probably means the TTS Coupe 2015, we'll take that. So we don't need to win this race. We've got 3 laps and hopefully there's some jumps. All I need to do is stay in touch with some of the races here and hopefully get an airborne pass. Easier said than done, that's for sure. This is one of the more annoying types of challenge to do, that's for sure. Because I've got to be going fast enough to overtake them on a jump, which is kind of absurd, quite frankly. So like there's a few opportunities through here, but I actually have to be going fast enough. Like faster than them, that's the hard part. I'm just going all over the show. Like how can you guarantee that you're going faster than someone else in order to overtake them on a jump? You've got to time your acceleration, it seems. Which is stupid, really. So there's a big jump at the top of this hill, and I'm just going to hope that I can catch up to some of these guys at that point. Can I do it? Can I do it? Can I do it? Does that count as an airborne pass? I don't think so. I didn't see any credit. So I'm going to go back. I'm going to rewind. And I'm going to maybe not catch up as quickly and target the guy in like third or something.
A few moments later.
Okay, so what I need to do, perhaps, is intentionally short that jump. Not overtake on it, and go after a smaller jump. So we're just gonna drop off here. And catch up this way. How was that not an airborne pass? This is so annoying. I'm gonna have to look up a guide on how best to do this, I think. Stay in touch with this guy here. Accelerate through here. Can I get a pass here? No, we're going too slowly. Oh, there we go. We did get it. Are you a wizard? Somehow that counted as an airborne pass, where our previous attempts did not. I don't actually care about finishing this race now, necessarily. Except for my stubbornness. So we will close this out, because I'd rather have the points than not. But we do have to actually race this properly. The cross-country races are the absolute worst in every form of the game. This, in 5 as well. I think in 5 they might mark the courses out a bit better. But you're crossing over so many boundary lines and stuff, so you're going between field boundaries, you're going across roads instead of along roads, and it's just really confusing. And it makes it really hard to actually pay attention to where you're going and how to get from point A to point B. So you just have to learn the track each time. Which is why at least a lap race like this is good, because now I've got a couple of laps under my belt. I kind of know what's coming up. And we can still overcook it and miss a checkpoint like that. So there we go. Because apparently my car doesn't want to brake, because there's these stupid jumps that happen. That's the other reason why cross-country racing is the worst. Because those jumps just make no sense. Like, you would break a car. I don't care what sort of kit it's got. It would completely break. Oh, and I just went offline because I thought, oh, that must be the way that the road goes. No, not at all. It goes this way, between houses, because of course it does. Across someone's patch, and through a signpost, and through fences. Like, you are mandated to cause property damage by doing cross-country racing in this. And everyone's so happy about it. Everyone's cheering, because, hey, it's not my fence. The premise of the cross-country racing is the worst. That and the street racing, but definitely the cross-country racing. This makes no sense. There's plenty of opportunity in Scotland to put together proper off-roading courses. There are a couple of places. There's the playground, as it's called, like the mud farm or something. But most of the courses are just blasting across country and just ruining everyone's day. Alright, last time to go up here and do this stupid jump. This is one of the daily challenges recently. I had to charge up here, get some absurd thing of not even just 2 stars or anything. It was like a better than 3-star PB sort of score that you needed to get. And it was in winter, so cars had no traction, so that was fun. That is definitely where 5 has a much better balance than 4, because the various challenges and stuff tends to be a lot more reasonable. Unfortunately, some aspects of the UI aren't as good, but in general, everything else is better. There we go. Yay, we won the race that didn't matter. Okay, now this is funny. So chapter 4 we've now unlocked. Make a name for yourself by achieving 2 podium finishes in road racing series with your modern sports car. We literally just had to win 2 road sprint events. I should have left it until now. Never mind. I guess we're doing 2 more races in a modern sports car. Yeah, road race in the evening, that's interesting. Normally the road races are during the day and your street racing is at night. 3 laps. I have no idea what a good lap time is on this. I vaguely recognise the track. We're in a rear-wheel drive car with tight corners to go around. I don't fancy it. And someone on my inside preventing me from steering, because that's always fun. Out of my way. Tight bend up here. I don't know what that guy was doing. He was literally just barging into me. That's the thing, is the AI does it, so I do it back. Just trying to race this on its own merits pretty much. Yeah, I'll brake a bit too much in the corners sometimes, but if I can get through fairly cleanly, then I'll be happy with that. And eventually make my way through the field. Ah, too wide on that. That'll lose my clean bonus now. Rude. Do have ABS on, apparently, but the brakes love to lock up regardless. So lap time of about 1:20, so we probably could have done a quicker race. We only need a podium finish as well. We'll find a quick sprint to do final. Late turning in there. $140. Don't think a 110 is going to be in my card somehow. But we did at least manage to get clean through there that time. And then immediately skid out on that one. Not impressed. The car's just losing traction sporadically. I suspect the track might be a bit greasy, and I probably haven't upgraded the tyres on this either, because I have managed to keep it in the 800s, and tyres often pushes it higher. They listened this. That's one thing that's a big difference when you're doing upgrades in Forza Horizon 5 is the tyres seem to make a huge difference in that. In this it'll bump you up a little bit. It's not usually as drastic. You also just have less choice in a lot of the things that you upgrade as well. Skid across there, and done. And one more road race that we need to podium finish in order to finish off the weekly challenge. So I've got a little sprint, Lake District sprint. I vaguely recognise this one. The start bit is tricky. There's a couple of awkward corners, especially when the AI decides to shunt you. That's always fun. I must want to just hang back a little bit because there's a really tight corner up here. And it's a tight corner going downhill, which means that you're already not able to brake as well. And everyone goes really slowly through that second part of it for some reason. Which I'm fine with, except that it means that I just crashed into them. Which I'm less okay with. Slide around there. There we go. Like, I should be going wider to take those corners better, but the following corner is such that it really doesn't matter. This one you do need to dab the brakes a little bit too there as well, because otherwise this car's going to slide. You can see greasy spots on the road. I do forget to just get a little bit of acceleration going to help with the cornering as well, otherwise you just get lift off oversteer. The tyres just won't have traction. You've got to spin them in order for them to gain that traction again. But not so hard that they just spin and burn out. Bouncing our way through the village there. That's the other ludicrous part of this. Is, yeah, let's just race through this lovely little village. Alright, I think that's a great idea. Till you plow into someone's wall. And it's like that in the rally circuit in some of the countries that they go screaming through these little villages and the hills and stuff. Just, yeah, you can do a lot of property damage here. All done for the weekly challenge. And 3 of the daily challenges also done. It's annoying you can't scroll through them in that view. You have to go back to this view so you can actually scroll through them. So the next one is going to be 3 lucky escape skills, 1 star or better in any drift zone, an ultimate near misses, and awesome drift or e-drift skills. Alright. So we have to revisit this at least twice more this week if we want to complete all of those. So as I led off with, it doesn't matter this series because I missed out on progress last season rather. Yeah, our focus will be on next series, and yeah, we'll get back to 5 in the meantime. Well, I hope you've enjoyed this little jaunt through Scotland. It is very scenic. If you have the chance to play this, would recommend it. It's pretty casual friendly as well. Like, I'm obviously trying to get through a lot of the things. In order to get all the rewards, you have to be racing against highly skilled drivers, which is not the hardest by any stretch of the margin, but it's a little bit trickier. But you can just freely drive around and enjoy this pretty gorgeous scenery. It's on Game Pass for free, and it has recently been on special on Steam. I believe you still need to link it to your Xbox account, regardless of whether or not you're playing it on Steam, but yeah, worth it. This and 5. This is the easier to play and run. It has lower system requirements, being a much older game. So if that matters for you, then give this one a shout. If it doesn't, then I would recommend 5 generally on balance. I think they have generally improved things. There's a few little bits that bug me about this one, but about 5 instead of this one. but they're pretty minor. They're mostly just user interface things. Anyway, I'm going to join the crowd doing some burnouts and stuff here, and thank you very much for watching. We'll see you next time, probably in Mexico.